What's up, y'all? All right. So I'm embarking on a ridiculous adventure that I have really no experience with. And I'm doing this partly as a commitment device to hold myself accountable to actually telling this story and following through with it, and partly because I do think there's a lot of people who are interested in different aspects, like CrossFitters interested in bodybuilding, bodybuilders interested in what the heck are they doing swinging around on a pull-up bar over there, stuff like that. So I just figured I'd start with who I am, a little bit about my background, why I'm doing this, and what the goal is. So my name is John. I was born in North Carolina. I played every sport imaginable growing up. I played football and wrestled in college. I had 2 shoulder surgeries while I was in college from wrestling. And after my second one, couldn't wrestle anymore, found CrossFit, got my competitive outlet, and kind of was able to really let that part of myself survive and thrive. Also competed in Olympic weightlifting, powerlifting meets, triathlons, basically every fitness endeavor you can imagine. I've done it over the last 7 years since stepping into CrossFit. The one thing I haven't done is a bodybuilding meet, so that's part of the reason we're getting into this. About a year ago, February of last year, during something called the CrossFit Open, which is a worldwide event, I tweaked an old football injury. I do want to make it very clear, this is a pre-existing injury. I've gone through physical therapy for this. It's a football injury that I've managed well throughout lifting, and I did something silly and kept going when I shouldn't have, and I tweaked my back. Trained through it for a few months, finally decided to take a bunch of time off, do physical therapy, get my back healthy. So from May until about November, I couldn't really train other than some upper body stuff, a lot of cardio. So I actually did and won a triathlon during this period, and a lot of back rehab stuff, right? So with that in mind, I gained about 30 pounds, none of it muscle, probably lost muscle. And for the first time in my life, I've been an athlete my whole life, been different sizes, played defensive line in college, wrestled heavyweight, so it was much heavier than I am now. But it had a purpose, and it was the first time in my life where I felt like my body composition didn't fit the purpose that I had for my life. So, with that in mind, a little bit more about me that's important to the story. I own a gym. I own a CrossFit gym. It's the gym that I started as a member after college. Then I became a coach. Then I became a head coach. And finally I bought it just before COVID, which gave me a real quick introduction to business systems and the idea of how to make money out of nothing, because we were shut down for 14 weeks, but we survived and we're doing better than ever now, which is awesome. But so back to me owning the gym. We had a holiday party for the gym, December 18th. My wife is talking to one of our coaches, and they start brainstorming about things they want to do. And my wife's like, you know what? I've always wanted to do a figure competition. So a few people from the gym start talking about it. And I realized that this could be the perfect opportunity for me to find motivation again. I'm still not ready to compete in CrossFit. I'm still definitely not ready to compete in weightlifting or powerlifting. I am going to do a triathlon this summer, but we're a long way away from that. And to be honest, I don't love the way that my body looks right now. Now, I do think that I still have worth. I'm still, happy with myself as a human being, all that kind of thing. But I also would like to look better. And I've never wanted that before, never trained that way before. And so I decided with my wife and a few other people from the gym to sign up for this competition, partly to experience a new fitness modality, which is always fun for me, partly to help with my own body composition, and partly because as a coach, people want to look better naked. And my goal is to find a way to combine CrossFit and bodybuilding in order to be able to do a little bit of both and achieve really good results. Now, I know there are people already doing this in this space, but for our gym, what's great is that I'll be able to combine the class workouts, which I don't want to stop taking now that I'm finally back there from working hard on my back rehab, with some bodybuilding stuff and a lot of nutrition change in order to hopefully sculpt a body that's worthy of stepping on stage. A few things about that. My goal is not necessarily to win, although I do go into every competitive endeavor trying to be the absolute best that I can be. So the way that I'm going to measure that is I'm going to measure my commitment to the process, which means I'm not going to drink between now and May, and I'm going to hit every single meal except for when I'm traveling, because we already have some trips booked. Cooked myself at home, all that kind of stuff. When I'm traveling, I'll log my food and try to get as close as possible, but I'm not gonna cancel trips for this, okay? And my goal is to step on stage at 202 pounds, which should be about 6% body fat. I'm currently, when I started this, it was 249.8. I'm currently floating around 240. So over the last couple weeks, as I've kind of made up my mind and gotten things in order, like anything else, as soon as you start thinking about stuff, your behavior changes. I'm gonna write my workouts. I'm gonna do the workouts at Front Range CrossFit for the most part. And our nutrition coach, who's a registered dietitian, master's in nutrition, Brenna, is going to handle all of my nutrition. So I will just show up and do what she says. And we're gonna go on a really fun adventure together. So I'm excited for you to go on this ride with me. The plan is every Monday, I'm gonna release footage with something. As we go, you'll get to see a peek into what a CrossFitter does for bodybuilding. I'm new to YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe.